good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and all between binary. This is Get Informed with Wajih. Wajih Lion, thank you so much for tuning in. I have interesting for you. I have an interesting one for you today. Oil prices are going up. U.S. is back at war with Iran. I told you guys, I told you how many times I tell you we are still at war. You do not believe me. Many of you believe me, but many of you goes, oh no, I don't know. Someone yesterday was like, Waji, you know what? The information you give me, I go to whatever and I bet. And I don't do any of that. Why I don't do any of that? First of all, I don't bet on war. I don't bet on politics, and I don't bet in general. I don't gamble. I don't bet. I already gamble too much with my life, and that's already enough risk for me to take. Any more risk is too much. So that's just one. But someone was just telling me that, yeah, you telling me stuff on the show, and I go and I do it. And I'm not telling you to do any betting. Please don't go bet on the things I tell you. I was just surprised that someone was telling me that that's what they're doing. Um, some confusion earlier happened in the previous episode about rhino horns. I am against poaching, and I am strongly against it. That's why I was telling Malcolm he needs an advice, because there are poachers still around killing innocent rhinos. And a lot of people would still sell these blood rhinos without telling people they're blood rhinos. Many Westerners buy these um, daggers and or jambia in Yemen without knowing what kind of horn is on it, actually, or what animal is on it. So any person buying a jambia, whether it's from Oman or whether it's from Yemen, they need to check the source of the horn that is on it, because they come from very rare animals, because historically for thousands of years they came from these animals. So they have ones that are hundreds and 500 years old that come from these animals. And I would say buy those. But there are ones that are done now that have hunted current rhinos, current elephants, and they then take them back. And that is a big problem. So anyone going there buying just jambia without knowing what they're buying, they're either buying ivory or and they don't know if this is new or not. So that's why you need advice on buying those type of things. The one I have, for example, I made sure there's no horn in it at all. It's all silver, because I know what I'm buying. I know what I can give advice on it. I'm a collector. I know my tradition. So when someone says, I want to buy something like this, I'm like, come to me. I'll give you an advice. They make them out of rhinos. They make them out of, uh, uh, you make them out of other animals. So you need advice. You don't want to buy a blood one. Similar thing, if you don't live on beaches and you don't learn about how to protect your beach, for example, when you see people sell one of those big shells, if the shell has a very pink sign from inside of it, that means it was poached. Even those shells that you collect that you don't even know about can be poached. You need to be very understanding of what you are buying, because people will just sell you a shell and you think, oh, I'm just buying a shell. But these shells are going extinct. And if you buy them from certain places and they poach them, They have a different color than other shells. So this is why you need advice. You're gonna buy the shell regardless, right? You're gonna go because you have no idea that shells are getting poached or not. You're just going to go buy one. Someone is just gonna go buy a dagger. They don't know what's on the dagger. They just want the fanciest thing, so they spend the most money, but they don't know they might have spent it on something new or whatever. I'm getting a call. Give me 1 second. That was my lawyer. I needed to pick it up, so I appreciate you. Yeah, no, I had a phone call with my lawyer, so I needed to mute real cute. Yeah, yeah, I already unmuted. Can you hear me? So yeah, when someone tells me some of these things, I kind of get really into it because I spend so much time trying to figure out what is ethical, especially in luxury goods, like agar wood, known as oud, used in most perfumes, and Arabs, get the raw stuff and they put it on. It smells really disgusting raw, but we like it on its pure form, really hardcore. If you get it naturally, you have to go cause deforestation. The reason you cause deforestation is because wood, agar wood, has to come from a very specific tree in the Southeast Asia type thing. And now Asia, the way this has to happen, right, is that tree must get sick and infected with a fungi. That fungi starts eating into the tree slowly but surely over the years. Now, you don't know which tree is sick with it or not. So, what you end up having, especially people who are just trying to make a living, don't know, have any experience, and are just in a rush because it's so expensive, especially the wild agar wood. What they end up doing is go and cause deforestation, cutting a whole bunch of trees. Now, they did a lot of studies. There were a lot of people were doing so much homework trying to figure out what is the thing that is causing this tree to get sick and have that fungi, and they finally figured it out. And now you have farms that make these trees, and you can invest in one of these trees yourself, and you can essentially pay for it, and they at some point uh, infect it with the fungi, and it takes maybe 50 years to be fully ready. And after 50 years, your investment becomes maybe $20,000, $30,000. So, but you still have people in Saudi Arabia that goes, "Oh no, this is not real agar wood. It didn't happen naturally in the forest. I only need the wild thing." So unfortunately, you still have people that are like really fucked up and really want to go for deforestation, want to go for the wild thing. But even though that you have people working hard to prevent deforestation from happening and have their own farms so they can make these trees and reduce the number of no, of trees being cut down, and yet like these again, when I talk about the unfortunate mindset of this world is created for us to consume it, when that's the way you think about the world, it's really hard to convince people that no, this is not the world is designed. Like this is just one planet. You don't get to have another planet. There is no redo. There is no going to another planet anytime soon. This is all you got. So you either take care of it or you abuse it. So people in the Middle East need to stop thinking about the world as consumption. And I see some people in the West also think about it that way. So I know people now that only do farming of plants, and I know who to identify, and I've been reporting these accounts for a while because some of these accounts are open about their deforestation. Some of other accounts are also open about their poaching. So if you don't know the language that's being used, if you don't understand the culture, if you don't understand how and the plant is being made and who's making it and what's the source, it becomes very hard for you to trust to like start investing in any of that stuff. That's why I go to very specific sources that I already have vetted myself and I go to. And yeah, it's it should be. Yeah, I should probably do something like that. It's not a bad idea. Stop using any of what? Oud? Agarwood? Are you gonna look at every perfume bottle that you buy and see if it has the ingredient agar oil or oud? Like, take a second. Like, I don't mind. I haven't bought oud in the last maybe 10 years, but I do you mind taking a second and look at all your perfume bottles and see on the back if you have any, if any of them has oud, or any of your shampoo, the fancy shampoo or the fancy candles or the fancy or the fancy deodorant. All of these might have had the oud at some as an ingredient. Oh, Shannon made candles this month with oud. So, like these, you may not buy it, Thomas, but people are not aware about it. Someone has to talk about it openly. Someone has to discuss it with honesty. I don't mind bringing it up, but the only reason I brought it up is because we were talking about someone that was interested in buying a dagger, and I was providing my expertise at some point. So there wouldn't be like so someone would be careful from buying the exact thing that they need to buy without causing actual deforestation or causing actual um poaching or would be caught part of poaching. So you need someone who understand and specialize in these knowledges, who can identify these things for you and has been studying it for a very long time. So that's all I was saying. And it's only beneficial for people to learn about it more than not know anything about it. Because when people go and they're buying a dagger, they're not thinking about the ingredients that made this dagger. They just are in Oman, they are in UAE, they are in Qatar, they are in Yemen, and they're in the market, and no one is telling them anything. When you're in the Arabic market, you don't get told shit. Like, you're just looked at as a Westerner and be like, oh, yeah, take this. Oh, this is the best one. Yeah, take this. And you just go buy it. You don't think I've seen it before? And people just, oh, okay, that's the one. That's right. Khalas, that's it. They don't know it's plastic. They don't know it's ivory. They don't know it's horn. They don't know if it's rhino. They don't know. Same thing when they go into perfume market in there. Oh, I heard so much about Middle Eastern perfumery. And they go inside and they don't know shit about what they're doing. And they get presented this and they get presented that, and they don't know the sources of the ingredients, and they don't know how the ingredients are made. As someone that has seen it in person, people are not informed buyers when they go into these markets. That's why, like, we were making fun of Donald Trump going to the camel souk, because Westerners are always, when they go to the camel souks, they always come out short-handed. They always come out without knowing what they just bought. That's the whole joke. That's the whole joke about Westerners going there, not knowing what they're getting. People don't have this. Stop buying it. Also, buy a donkey labeled camel. That's right. You know that there is beauty contests for camels in Arabia, and people do plastic surgeries for their camels, and some people get disqualified for it if they get caught. Since we've gotten into camels, we have 136 people so far. But no, really, I'm not joking. Just a few months ago, there was a few guys that had their camels disqualified because they found out they had Botox. I'm not joking. I'm not joking. This is serious shit. So, again, we're talking about still when we're only talking about the camel soup. Thank you, Thomas, for coming. Appreciate you. Love you too. Good luck. What you got? Having a stand, yes. We wish you all the luck and we wish you all the health and benefit. Thank you for help. Thank you for joining us. Let's give you guys some of the latest news. I think we talked enough about Botox for your camels. Yeah, they get Botox and plastic surgery now, Anita. Imagine humans spending money on their Botox for their animals, and they're leaving my belly tuck for. They're not spending money on my belly tummy tuck. What do I do? Arabs have enough money to spend it on their camels, Botox, and plastic surgery, and they're leaving Wajih alone. They don't know I have an image to keep. They don't know I have a scenery. They don't. What is this? Oh, I was going to do a weight loss surgery actually, but there's so much instability in my life right now. I'm taking a break from taking it serious, to the weight loss surgery. But for real, they have money for camel surgeries, but they don't have money for the rest of us. Oh my goodness, these Arabs! My grandpa used to say, "اللي عنده قرش يحيره يشتري حمام ويطيره." Whoever has a coin that makes him wonder will buy few pigeons and let them fly. And let them fly. If you have a coin that you don't know what to do with, you'll end up buying pigeons or let them fly. But there is a saying that I love even more from him. اللي يبغى الدح ما يقول أح. Whoever wants something really nice, never say ouch. If you want your country to be nice, don't say ouch. If you want your change to happen, don't say ouch. If you want to make change and you want to see a difference in your country, don't say ouch. That's the cost of nice things to happen. You have to start working. You have to start on yourself. Whatever it is, we need to make a difference in our society. That means we make personal sacrifices in our lives. That's just the cost. We have to know why we need to make sacrifices in our lives so we can have a better country, so we can save our nation, so we can help our neighbors, so we can make sure that our society doesn't fall apart. There is a greater good that needs to be made. I don't like this stand because it keeps dropping. So let's cover the latest news for you, huh? If you're just joining us, here's the latest update. Iran says it attacked the U.S. bases and strategic centers in Bahrain, Kuwait, and Qatar after the U.S. bombed Iran sites for a second consecutive night in a row. The U.S. attack have killed 14 people and wounded 78 over 2 days, with blasts reported in the Iranian cities along the Strait of Hormuz, including Bushehr and. Why don't they write these names in Arabic? Since it's Al Jazeera. Chabahar, Bandar Abbas, and Sharik. I know Sharik and I know Bandar Abbas. But Bushir. I know Bushir too. Anyways, US President Donald Trump says that the strikes were retributions for alleged Iranian attacks on ships transiting the Strait of Hormuz. Iran slain Supreme Leader Ali Khamenei will be buried in his hometown of Mashhad today after millions of people attended his funeral proceedings in Iraq, cities of Najaf and Karbala, where these are some of the holiest sites in uh, Shari'i, Shi'i, and the Shia, Sharia and Shia faith. They have several holy city. Karbala is one of them, and Najaf is one of them. Qom is one of them. So far, we haven't seen any sign of Mushtaba. Have we seen any sign of Mushtaba so far? Let's triple check. Any sign of Mushtaba? So far, as of right now, there is not even news about Mushtaba Khabinai in the last 24 hours. Even in the last 24 hours, we don't have news about Mushtaba. The last time we heard any news about Mushtaba was 3 days ago, and the news is that he remains out of sight. Didn't I tell you that Mushtaba Khamenei's biggest test is that he will not have been able to show up for his dad's funeral? The fact of the matter is that we don't have any news about him. We don't know who's in control. We don't know who's in power. Is it the supreme leader or is it the military? Why haven't we talked about it? I talked about it, of course. Told you we have different theories. Told you. Theory number one, he's trying to hide from everyone because he doesn't want to be killed. I doubt it. Theory number two, this keeps dropping. Theory number two, he is sedated because he's not in a situation to be ruling the country. Theory number three, he is being held hostage. Theory number four, he's dead and they're using him as a rubber stamp. Either or, it seems it's more likely that the Iranian IRGC is in more control over the government than the supreme leader. I say it seems. I say it seems. These are very vicious people. Scum. You know what a scum is? Vicious, horrible people. Get rid of them right away. Oh, France says Syria as an alternative oil route to Hormuz. Do you guys know why Macron visited Syria? We just found out. France is considering Syria as an alternative route to the Strait of Hormuz for the Gulf oil. Everything is about money, baby. Everything is about money. Follow the money. You know what's happening. So Macron went to Syria, survived a bomb threat, not bomb threats. He survived a bomb attack and also stayed in Syria to figure out a deal about oil possibility of having oil shipped to them from Syria just directly to France. Oh, Macron, you're so dirty. I see how you play. I see how you play. You said, I'm going to find myself another option, baby. Whether Trump is here or not. I'm coming to you, Syria, baby. You got some oil? Okay, I'm coming in. I'm going to invest in you, Habibi. I'm coming. I'm coming. Yes, 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 yes. I know we have not treated you very well. We were part of the people that occupied you for a long time. But it's long past history by now, okay? So even though we did not stand by your side during the Arab Spring, even though we did not help you with humanitarian aid, uh, we need your oil now. So want to invest? We we. So in an interview with a French network, TF1, the foreign minister uh, Jean Noel said there's a need for diversified energy corridor to ensure reliable supply to global market following the renewed U.S. Iran attack in Hormuz. Isn't that a long, slow process for you mean for the oil to reach them? I quote, let me quote for you, let me quote for you, let me quote. Among all of the efforts we have made since the start of this crisis, there is the idea of preparing for alternative routes so that we are not dependent on blockade here or there, he said. Let me make this bigger. French President Macron was in Syria days ago, where he spoke of an acting, cooperating with the President Ahmad Shara government. So let's keep your eyes and ears open. We'll have Syrian made oil soon in France. French people, don't worry. You will be fine. You'll get your access to oil. And don't worry. We, you get all the funding. You are a smart. You guys have done a tactical action. I'm proud of you. This is what the United States should have been doing. Donald Trump is asking Al-Shara to go, Ahmed al-Julani to go for fight the Houthis. Meanwhile, France is going there, securing their oil production. Mashallah, mashallah. French diplomacy at its finest, baby. Marco Rubio, Maria Rubio, where are you? Go meet with the French. Learn something or two, Habibi. Maria, ¿por qué Maria? Apúrale, Maria. Ándale. Ay, Rubio, ay, ay, ay. ¿Por qué Rubio? Question I have is, do you think Zelensky is being compromised by considering battlefield strategies in order to receive the ability to produce Patriot missile in the country? Listen, Zelensky, before this Gulf War, before this US Iran war, was always worried about funding. Now, these Gulf states are all knocking Zelensky's door, giving him all the funding he needs so he can help them start production for their drones. So technically, Zelensky is a better situation now than he was 6 months ago, in my own opinion. Europe is funding him. They have enough Patriot missiles to dissect it and build it. They have a robust military, a robust military manufacturer industry that is not designed to bankrupt the country, that is designed to work with the limitation of the economic uh, capabilities of Ukraine, and works on the margins of benefits rather than mostly putting their own stock interest first. So the best interest problem that they have is not there. They can hire more. There are many people who was in the U.S. military that are happily volunteering in the Ukrainian military, including the production infrastructure. And I feel like they are at a better situation. I think they are a better situation, and the United States will regret this mistreatment that they have been mistreating Ukraine with, because they won't need to start buying these things from us. Imagine the fact that you've been giving them all these Patriot missiles, and then you've been limiting how much you can give them. And there's a saying in Arabic, "Al-haja al-ikhtira'." The need, the need of something is the mother of creation. When you need something and you are limited with your fundings and you're limited with your resources, this is the time where you find innovation really kicks off. And this is exactly what you're seeing in Ukraine. You're seeing them that they are desperate. They are the underdog, and yet they have been utilizing everything at their disposal to come out on the upper hand, which is a genius move. It's like one of the best chess moves I've ever seen being played. Taking advantage of the current situations to your best to make you stand out and get ahead in front of everyone else. No one told Zelensky to go and make good deals with the Gulf states. He took advantage of the situation. So even though I'm not a Ukraine specialist, I can tell you, I can tell you that much. I can tell you that much. Anymore, I would making shit up. But the reality is, they have amazing technologies. They have amazing smart people who are working day and night. The youth is there working. The old is working on. Everyone has something to do with supporting the Ukraine war against Russia somehow, which is impressive to say the least. Which is impressive. It's impressive that you had a reality TV personality that becomes Baba Tran. Meanwhile, you had a previous comedian that gained the world trust. Which one do you prefer? I say Baba Trump, many of you maybe do not understand. In countries like Saudi Arabia, we call the king Baba Salman, the previous king Baba Abdullah, the previous king Baba Fahad. You get it? And the same thing, Baba Zayed in UAE, Baba. Uh, I forgot. Anyways, but dictators, for some reason, people say Baba. So anytime you have a king, you call him Baba, to make him cuter, to get away with not saying His Majesty the King. May God extend his life for now, forever, and may not give him every and make him be the victorious. Give him the whole title. So you say Baba, Baba Abdullah. No, meaning a Baba, meaning like daddy. Just like how you had, just how you had like the head of NATO call Trump daddy. Exactly like that. You may be confused at this point. But once you start thinking about it this way, the king owns the king owns his citizens and they're by law considered subjects. What is a subject? This is a subject. This is a subject. This is a subject. This is a subject. And I tell get my Saudi citizenship dropped, I'm still a Saudi subject. By law, a subject is your car in Saudi Arabia, your wife, your kids, they're all your subjects. But then the king, his own people are his own subjects. Because the Quran also justifies subjectivity. كلكم راع وكلكم مسؤول عن رعيته. That's a verse from the Quran. No, that's not a verse, that's a hadith. كلكم راع وكلكم مسؤول عن رعيته. Yes, this is not from the Quran. This is from the hadith. So when I say Baba Trump, this is not coming from anywhere. There's a lot of meaning that is associated with this. We have reason why we say that. I have reason. People don't understand right away. You have to explain it. Let's see. So the U.S. administration appeared to be holding firm on the cancellation of the memorandum of understanding negotiation, giving the ongoing military action. The president returned to the White House about 6 hours ago from his 53-hour trip to Ankara for his NATO summit. We have not heard much from his administration this morning, but the president has said that the ceasefire is over. On the other hand, some administration officials have said negotiations should be and could continue despite ongoing conflict. It is worth to remember that even some Republican members of Congress voted for measures to curb Trump's actions in this conflict. So there is restrictions to the ongoing struggle. Now that there is no longer ceasefire, it may be difficult for Trump to explain to Congress and the American people why he is still fighting a war that he intentionally said would last 3 or 4 weeks. It is also notable that the midterm elections are looming. Some commentators in the United States have said that the deal was put together so quickly in order for Trump to declare victory and says it was over. And the conflict over the articles of the deal was inevitable. Particularly these portioning of the Strait of Hormuz, which is at the epicenter of the new uprising in the conflict. And I would add as well the Israeli escalations inside of Lebanon. Well, yeah, I don't know if you know, Adderall is like cocaine or meth, one of the two. I forgot, but it's the legal way of having it. Makes you pissed off, it makes you angry, it makes you on edge, and some many times it makes you impatient. So I was worried I would have to end this show a little earlier today, but apparently my lawyer was calling me to tell you that the thing was canceled. So I was lucky, and you guys are lucky that I don't have to end this early today. So I get to hang out a little bit longer with you guys, even though told myself I would give myself a break and play some video games today. Although I did publish an article and I'm working on another article for you guys. So we're gonna hang out a little longer, answer some of your questions, and I do play video games. Yes, it's a good way to solve problems without having to, focus on something that has to do with the real world. And having an escape every once in a while is not a bad thing. So, I like to go out and take nice walks. And I'm excited to say I've lost 10 pounds without any weight loss medication. So, some good things happening, some good things happening. And having good exercise here and there helps me find my center of gravity for the work that I do on an all the time basis. I'm thinking about getting a membership at cold plunge slash sauna type thing to, you know, uh, take that escape outside of the TV and outside of the house. And I'm looking around. We'll see. And you wise person once told me, good advice. You said you find the people and their personality and who they are and what kind of person they are usually where you find them. So if you find someone at a bar, you should expect bar personality. If you meet them at a college or university at a educated center, you'll meet an educated mindset. If you meet someone in the market, you'll meet someone with a market mindset. If you meet someone who's in and grassroots organizing and human rights, you'll meet someone whose values match that. So, uh, when you go and you try to go where people are usually trying to heal or trying to become better, or improve themselves, you're meeting a certain type of mindset of people who are there just to improve their lives. And when you go to a sauna or when you go to a cold plunge, I feel like you're going to one place where people are recovering from an exercise or wanting some, grounding or one. So you meet very balanced people. I usually find that very matching, honestly. Um, and if you don't believe me, start noticing it. If you don't see it, then it's not there. But if you start seeing it, then it's actually there. Someone said, met my ex at the gym. Big mistake, steroids. Yeah. So I'm not saying that's, you still need to be careful. You still need to keep your, uh, you need to keep your eyes open for red flags. But you meet people, the type of people you meet kind of matches a little bit their personality where they meet them. Don't you also notice that people and their pets have maybe sometimes similar personalities? Like if you ride horses all the time, you're always proud. We the best. Have you ever met a cowboy that rides horses all the time? So proud. Yeah, it's very interesting. Let me see if I could read your questions. I'm gonna convert this to where I only read questions, so I won't be seeing your comments. All the way audio, we fixed that. We need a way to do it responsibly. Isn't it used in religious ceremonies too? Yes, many of these oils are used on the holy Kaaba, the two holy mosques. They're put on the holy cloth. They're used inside. They're used outside. They're put on the rocks. They're put on the stone. Especially that a lot of people come and visit the holy sites. They really scent it on a daily basis, several times a day, and they also use that agar wood inside of the holy mosque, walking around being burnt as incense. And it's being used in palaces and used at holy sites, even in Shi'i culture. So, yes, someone's asking plastic surgery for camels. Yeah, look it up. Some camels got disqualified for their Botox and their camel plastic surgeries this year from participating in the camel beauty contest. Meanwhile, they're leaving us alone. They could be donating the money to us. Can you believe it? You and I, come on. Health treatment. I feel bad for the camels, though, that are getting those Botox and plastic surgeries. I don't think they have consented, have they? They didn't sign the papers. They didn't say, I want to do the surgery. Why Botox your camel? Because they need to compete in the beauty contest. Is that a Sufi sentiment? What is a Sufi sentiment? Could you repeat that to me? No pain, no gain. Nah, that's almost similar to it. Will Meshtaba speak? We haven't even seen him around so he could be speaking. What will happen if he doesn't show up or do a video, something proving that he's alive? I think trust in the Iranian leadership will start to dwindle little bit by little because he needs to be there and Iran needs to be a theocracy. And if you have a government that's ruled by the military, then you have a dictatorship, then you don't have a theocracy. And the Iranian government you could say um, gained its Muslims trust based on the religious theocracy. What is it called? Not trust. I forgot the word. Sorry. What about Japan now? They are. Oh yes, I don't know if you guys heard. We have the Islamic Republic of Japan. Salam alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Konnichiwa. Thank you for coming to our new Islamic Republic of Japan. Tuk, 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 tuk. Trump yesterday converted Japan to the Islamic Republic of Japan. Believe it or not, I'm not making this up. Japanese people woke up today looking right and left. They're making sure that their wagyu beef is not halal. They're making sure that they still have sake. They're making sure that they still have pork. They're double checking everything. They're making sure that they're now living in a different matrix. Oh, everyone woke up. Well, what the fuck? Oh, Islamic Republic of Japan. Okay, okay. We have Muslims, we have mosques, but since when did we become Islamic Republic? All the family signatures now has halal on it. You know, in Japan, you sign with a stamp. So your signatures now, your all of your stamp has halal on the side. How will Iran handle the situation with Khomeini? They will say that he is in hiding for protection. They will say that if anything, that he is better safe that way, and that he's still in control of the country, and that we are following his orders. Meanwhile, the if he is alive, then that's pretty smart move, I guess, and that's pretty extreme. I mean, that's pretty extreme, levels of taking it that way. But even though we need,
It does appear from both the US president.
no, I want live. I'm looking to see if there's any live footage for Khomeini's funeral to see if the prayer has been made or not. I don't see anything. So no update on that standard. The reason it's important that he shows up is because, according to the supreme law of Iran, only a supreme leader can lead the funeral prayer of another supreme leader. So it's gonna add a lot of more questions to the supreme leader's situation. Ali Baba is not Daddy Ali. No, that's just a name. Baba can be a name as well. I know a couple guys that's their name is Ali Baba. That's different. The question is Ali Baba mean Daddy Ali? No, that's just a name. In a theocracy, does the supreme leader control the military? Yes. Theocracy, the supreme leader, the religious supreme leader controls all aspects of the government, including the media, social media, the press, um, electricity, the financial industry. He controls everything. And because he controls everything, he has the right to delegate his powers to different people. Because he delegates his power to different people, then uh, he can also revoke these rights away. Had Japan said anything about it? I haven't seen anything from Japan yet. Is sushi halal? All food from the sea is halal. All the food that comes from the ocean is halal. So if you're talking about fish, fish is halal. So sushi is halal, yes, unless you put pork products on there. Any other question before I convert back to comments? Shrimp and shellfish are halal. Yes, they are halal. They're favorites of my dad. We call shrimp in Arabic gambari. And fish we call samak. Okay, we're switching back to comments. Sushi with bacon bits sounds wrong. I agree, but you never know. Any other questions? Any other comments? How you guys doing today? Anything important happening in your life? Make sure you may share this live stream. Yesterday, we gave maybe like 5, 10 paid memberships away. So when I offer paid memberships, I'm not joking. As many of you that says we need a paid memberships, I reach out to you and I give you one. And if there's something wrong, I reach out on your behalf to customer service and I talk to them, make sure that they give you one. And so if you are at a situation where you can't afford to get a paid membership, uh, write a comment on that post I made on my thread, on my channel's chat, and we'll reach out to you and get you one. And if you can't afford becoming a paid subscriber, we depend on your funding. This is not funded by private corporations or public organizations. We are solely funded on readers and listeners like you who want to listen to the unfiltrated facts, full details that make sense and are easy to understand without summarizing any of the details. So, and my memberships are quite affordable actually. $30 a year or $5 a month. You can't get cheaper than that on Substack. Then, if you want to become a VIP, it goes all the way up to $1,000 a year, and your funding goes a long way. We have college coming up. We are trying to get recording equipment designed correctly. We need your support. We need your help. So if you can be a part of this, revolution and help fund it, please consider becoming a paid subscriber. It helps us a long way. There is a Venmo on my profile for anyone that who's wanting to make private donations up there. I put it up there because people asked for it before, so it's on there. Appreciate you listening. Appreciate you tuning in. I need that Persian carpet on my wall. That's right. I need to go. You know what I need to do? I need to go to an estate sale where someone has a big, big mansion in the Twin Cities, and they have the discounted days. That's where you get the good stuff. So I need to go to one of these houses and see what because many times they get rid of some nice stuff they don't know about. One time I bought a carpet from one of these houses at $9. Carpet worth $2,000. And so yeah, um, when you go to an estate sale in the United States, that's how rich people shop for cheap furniture. I don't know if you know that. Rich people in the United States told me how to shop for furniture, and they told me that the way they do it is they go to rich people estate sales, especially if they don't want to buy it brand new. Rich people take care of their very fancy, luxurious furniture. And many times when they come to sell it, they sell it at a very cheap price. So that's what they do. They download an app called Estate. There's an app that you can download, and they go on that app and they look at the different houses available. They look for the fanciest houses and they go to it. Well, one way you get to get out of your house. Another way you get to enter someone new world and see if you can get something for yourself, especially if you're shopping for something. Actually, I usually do it when I'm shopping for a couch or shopping for a chair. I go do that. I download the app and I keep my eyes open. So maybe I should do that. These carpets are beautiful. See if you have a Persian rug carpet store in your town and ask if they clean old carpets, because some of these old carpets need delicate care, and some people don't treat them right. So find a Persian rug store in your city. Many times you will find one. I found one in Kansas City. So if I can find one in Kansas City, probably can find one in your city. So they do basic rug repairs, and they do delicate carpet cleaning. Shannon, everything okay? I have not been to Sunbeam Coffee. No. Oh my God, you broke a rib. Do you need any support? Do you need any help? We'll set up a chat for you on the community here. You don't need any support? Are you sure? Okay. I'm happy to put a thread for you on my chat to see if we can get you extra help or anything. Okay. Well, don't be a stranger. If you need anything, message me. Okay. We'll be more than happy to advocate for you. You are part of our community. That does not sound fun at all. I'm so sorry that you're going through that. It's my pleasure. It's my pleasure. Thank you so much. Well, I guess this should conclude our episode for this morning. Keep an eye on either my article for later today or tomorrow morning. I have published an article this morning, so if you haven't had a chance to read it, please take a chance to read it. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you're watching this on YouTube, you're watching a recording. Thank you for watching all the way to the end. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share, and then join us on Substack. We have an amazing community that is focused on helping each other. And actually, yesterday I had a phone call with my friend Justice Gatson and her team. They're looking about how they can set up their channel, and we're talking about having her come on my podcast and then having her podcast on Substack. So we were giving advice on how to do so, and they're looking forward to start giving grassroots organizing training on for you guys. I've been reaching out to a couple other journalists that are also professors and renowned for their work to see if they would come over, and I'm waiting to hear back from them. So stay tuned. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share. And as always, you must remember you may not fuck with politics, but politics will always fuck with you. And as I like to say, مع السلامة, bye bye بالإنجليزي. Goodbye. I'll see you tomorrow.